Where is the small one here?
Could you imagine a bracelet on me like that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's beautiful. Are you going to talk to me about your name?
Yeah, so let me tell you about Devorah, Miriam. Let me tell you about what Devorah means first. So it's important that everybody knows here that my parents tried 3 times to get a Devorah. The first time I came out, I was a Dobby, David. Next time was a Daniel, and then they got me. And so Devorah means bee, and it also starts with a D sound. D to me is someone who protects you. D and M, those are the sounds of people that protect you. A dad and a mom. The feminine and the masculine. And so a dad and a mom. And I have to just close my eyes because I have to think. So, but it also means bee. So there's a term, like you catch more flies? You catch more flies with honey. You know, it's not that I see a bunch of flies out there, although some are really annoying. But it's to be kind to people. It's to be kind, to acknowledge that they are having whatever day they're having. They're hungry, or they're thirsty, or they're feeling anxious about something, or something just happened that really hurt, and it's not about me. Their reaction to who I am or what I'm doing is really not about me. I am a reflection on what's happening to them, and either I can be kind. If I can't be kind, walk away. I can't always be kind. Some people are fucking annoying. And and like I have about 86% patience and about 14%, I always say 87% patience, 13% get the fuck away from me. But I always take responsibility for my actions. So if I do something that's not kind, or if I do something that really pisses someone off, I go away from that experience and I think to myself, Debbie, breathe. Number 1, Debbie, breathe. Because something in that experience was a breakdown for you, but breakdowns are always breakthroughs. So what is my lesson in that? You know, what is my learning? Why did that person piss me off? Or why did that person, it's so annoying, like get under my skin, right? Like a gnat, like flying, like mosquito, like ugh, I hate mosquitoes. I know that they have some kind of purpose in this land, but I don't know what it is. So I go away and I'm like, I think about why are they acting the way that they're acting, and why was my response the way it was? And it takes me usually about 30 seconds. If I know the full story, sometimes I don't know the full story, and it's not always necessary to know the full story, but it's always important to take responsibility for how you treat others. Always. It's never anybody else's fault. Ever. So like get over that shit and just realize that it's not anybody else's fault. It's your experience of what is happening to you projecting onto another person. So you have 2 choices. You can take responsibility for what you've done. You can actually go up to the person. You can go up to the person and say, you know what? I did this 2 days ago. That we ended this lesson at Yad Vashem, and it was so powerful and so amazing. And there were 6 of us walking from the lecture to have a tour at Yad Vashem. Number 1, it's hot out. Number 2, we're at Yad Vashem. No more words for that, right? Number 3, we're lost. And Yad Vashem is really big. And there were these 2 women, and they were so anxious that the tour was going to leave without them. Because on the tour that I'm on, it's like, yalla, 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 get here, get there, get there. Everybody is such in a rush that sometimes they're not waiting for us. And so they're creating an anxiety amongst the people there that's unnecessary. Yad Vashem is not going anywhere. So stop and wait for people so they can have a second to breathe, because these women were so anxious that the tour was going to leave without them. And I kept saying, it's okay. I'm Miriam. Like, I'm Deborah. I'm going to lead you. We'll get to the tour. It's okay. But they couldn't. They were so anxious, and they were pissing me off at that moment. And I had to walk away. I kind of like snapped. I'm like, stop it. I'm calling the people. Just stop it. Just follow me and stop it. Don't talk anymore. And I usually don't talk like that to people, ever. I don't like to talk like that to people. But it was like, sometimes you just need to like shut up and listen to the person who's trying to tell you something to do. So I called. They told me where to go. We went down. We found the tour. And I had a complete breakdown at that moment. Complete breakdown. Started crying. Everybody was like, oh my God, she's crying because it's Yad Vashem. No. Yes, sad. I don't mean to like poo-poo it, but I was crying because I was like, that is not who I am. I don't yell at people when they are, and I'm thinking to myself, these women were so anxious. They were so sad. They didn't know what to do. They were in their red. And because I was in my red, I couldn't help them. And what did I do later? I talked this out to myself. I stopped crying. I breathed. Someone came to me and connected to me. I did my yellow and my blue. I'm ready for my green, right? I'm ready to move on. And what did I do later? As soon as I saw those people, Marlene and, it's really hard to remember everybody's name. Marlene and this beautiful woman who has short blonde hair. I think they're both from Toronto. And I went up to Marlene at dinner and I said, I am so sorry. I treated you unkindly, and all you were trying to do is get with the tour, and I think and she was like, I know, we were all hot, and I said, but no, it's not okay how I treated you, and I just want you to know that I care about you, and I'm sorry that I did that. Do you know that I have a better relationship now with Marlene and beautiful blonde girl than I did going into Yad Vashem? I made a true connection with someone because I was willing to take responsibility for how I act. And we're going to end. Devorah, that's Devorah.